Opposition for round 4 of the Caterham Superlight R Challenge goes to Sean Balfe at Snetterton. The number 7 machine out qualifying number 13 Michael Woodcock by 20 thousandths of a second. In third place, Ben McLaughlin, Edward Horner behind him, Jason Dance and Paul Stevens. All the regulars from the Caterham Vauxhall Championship are here in this new category using 1800cc Rover K-Series engines. The Superlight R format gives them 190 brake horsepower. Just one of the old Caterham Vauxhalls is present for Rupert Douglas Pennant. He's in a class all of his own. Generally speaking, the Caterham Vauxhalls have been pensioned off. Everybody's in the new Superlight Rs. Away they go. A good clean start from the front of the grid. Riding with Robert Balfe, qualified in 9th place. And down into the first corner, the usual concertina effect, sees everybody coming backwards towards him. And then starting to accelerate away. So just under 200 brake horsepower in a car weighing under half a tonne. That's some 5 times the power of a Mini in a car weighing half the weight of a Mini. Just try and think about that for a moment as you realise then why these cars are quite so twitchy. Through go the leaders, riding in third place with Edward Horner. The first 2 cars go over onto the grass. Oh, there's contact, I think. Michael Woodcock, the leader, and Jason Dance there, the second of the yellow cars, both going off. And that means Edward Horner is the new leader. Ben McLaughlin in second place, and you can see the smoke screen being trailed around that damaged left rear corner there. I can't believe that Jason Dance is still going. Now, oh, he's got his hand out of the cockpit there because he's going to find that it won't turn corners even if it drives roughly in a straight line. Dance into the pits and ducking out of the toe. Number 68, Ben McLaughlin, the white car, comes alongside Edward Horner. No, not for long. He just goes straight by on acceleration. Sean Balfe in third place, number 7, the green car with the yellow roll cage. Then 89 is Paul Stevens. And then 17 is Robert Balfe, the silver car with the black arches, and Bart Hayden in his traditional day-glow orange colours. Hayden down the inside here. Yes, Balfe's running very wide. He must go through there, no question about it. And that's why Balfe wasn't up near the curbs. Another place lost as well there to number 12, Mark Humphrey, the pale blue car that you saw go by. But here is our leader, McLaughlin, from Horner, from Balfe. Very tight at the front of this field. And then there is quite a gap back to Paul Stevens and the rest, because it is and the rest. Bart Hayden with Mark Humphrey alongside. Humphrey, the ex-Rover racer. Bart Hayden, of course, a long-time racer in this Caterham series under various different names. The Caterhams, not him. Well, Robert Balfe is struggling with the setup because Peter Matthews and another car have gone by him as they came out of Coram Curve there. Well, he's okay through the chicane, but clearly his high-speed setup is not what it needs to be for Snetterton. 28 here is Rupert Douglas Pennant, the only Caterham Vauxhall in the race. Well, let's have a look again now at the start. From 5th place, Sean Balfe. Watch the 2 leaders. First car gets very sideways and biff. That's what happened, I'm afraid, to Jason Dance as Michael Woodcock's car snapped back across at him. Both of them a little too quick into the S's. And through the bomb hole, Sean Balfe goes through into third, a place where he still remains. And what a huge gap there is back now to Mark Humphrey in 4th. Robert Balfe, though, despite what I just said about his setup not being quite up to par, has fought his way right back up that group. Well, this is some testament to the way that the Caterhams really produce a fairly level playing field, especially here in Super Rs with bags of power and bags of acceleration. It allows the drivers really to dice it out with each other. And again, gets past on the straight, under braking. Oh, the merest whisper of a rub there between the 2 cars. That was so close to disaster, it's just not true. Mark Humphrey, the pale blue car, behind him now. So all fighting away in the order. Number 3, John Grant is in there as well, the darker blue car. And this, don't forget, is for 4th place. The Leeds trio already exiting Russell. You can see as the guys are coming out of Coram and onto the brakes. Well, fantastic battling for the lead as well. Edward Horner may well have been ahead there, but he certainly isn't now, because 68, Ben McLaughlin, has gone right back in front. Now, will this be a last lap do-or-die effort from Horner? Or will they continue to battle all the way around the racetrack lap after lap? Well, it would be a very strange Caterham race indeed if everybody settled for position and waited until the final corner to sort it out. Normally they try and sort it out in every single corner. Sans bonnet there. Peter Matthews, number 1. You see the radiator perched right out at the front of the car. There it is. Matthews with the yellow bodywork flapping in the breeze. The aluminium there of the bonnet. You won't want that to fly off and catch the car behind. It's a nice big bit of sheet alley. Completely trashed, obviously, there. Sean Balfe, 3rd place. In touch, but not within shooting distance under braking, I think, of the lead battle. Oh my goodness me! Well, Ben McLaughlin didn't have to outbrake Edward Horner because Edward Horner outbraked himself. He was on the outside of the circuit. It may be a little bit dusty, a little bit covered in bits of rubber, but whatever. He left his braking too late and couldn't slow down. Shot up the escape road. No penalty for that, except look at the penalty he's induced himself. He is now a long way back in 3rd place. And the lead pair are now Ben McLaughlin and Sean Balfe. Let's ride with Robert Balfe once more. He's still behind the number 1 machine of Peter Matthews, although there's really no telling what positions they're in at the moment. Here is the leader of that group now, Mark Humphrey. Behind him, 89, Paul Stevens. And then 2 cars further back, we ride with Robert Balfe. That is the battle now for 4th place. And then a 2-car battle for 5th and a 2-car battle for 6th, and they all fan out down the straight. Peter Matthews keeps his nose, or what's left of it, in front there. And another move down the inside, and a good one by Bart Hayden, picks up that position. So Hayden in the number 16 car, working his way back up this gaggle. Let's ride again with Edward Horner, and watch as he tries to outbrake the leader. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, and it nearly stops, and it nearly stops, and it nearly stops, and then it doesn't, and he has to make that last minute snatch of the steering to avoid the big tyre bales. And you can just imagine what the Anglo-Saxon is like going on inside that helmet as he curses himself for throwing away 2nd position there. But as ever in the Caterham races, they fight on. 89, Paul Stevens is 4th. 12, Mark Humphrey is in 5th place. Oh, and somebody's losing it. Number 3, John Grant there. Those white chevrons on the back of the car, denoting him as he punches the starter once more. Sean Balfe going for the lead for the first time this race. Will he take the advantage? He does. Very, very squirrely under braking there, but he holds it together. Now keep the power in nice and gently, and doesn't have to fight too much of an understeering slide. A good exit from the corner there, and around the outside again goes Mark Humphrey. Humphrey goes up into 4th place. Now back down to 5th is Paul Stevens. Look again as Sean Balfe has to fight back once more, because Ben McLaughlin had got ahead. Again onto the Revit straight they come, and again down to this braking area, which is so critical with these cars. And McLaughlin is picking up the aerodynamic advantage. These cars, for all their speed, have got the aerodynamics of a brick outhouse, and if you can tow along behind somebody else, you'll pick up a few hundred revs in no short order. Your car won't have to force its way through the air, and you will be quicker, and the Revit straight shows that every time. Get up behind a rival and suddenly you can go much quicker than they can. You slingshot by, and then you've got to hold it together on the braking, of course, as Edward Horner failed to do as he lost that challenge for 2nd. But Sean Balfe here really attacking hard through Coram. It's so close. Takes a very different line through Russell. Will it work for him? Doesn't seem to be doing too badly out of it. They come to the line then for the penultimate time, and Ben McLaughlin leads from Sean Balfe. Don't worry about the number 3 machine behind them. That's John Grant. He's gone a lap down after that spin, so John Grant doesn't figure. Here is our 3rd place man, Edward Horner, all on his own. Not under threat for 3rd place, but no chance of catching the leaders. 89 in 4th is Paul Stevens. Then it's still number 12, Mark Humphrey, and look at that, Peter Matthews trying to go inside. Well, that's a brave place inside at Ritchie's. Even braver to go inside at Sear. It's much tighter. There's a bit more runoff area though, and luckily Mark Humphrey saw him coming, just kept his nose out of the way. Sean Balfe didn't manage to do it the final time on braking into the S's. Through the bomb hole, no way through on the inside. Now into the long, fast right-hander at Coram. There's room, but has he got the speed to catch the leader? There's a back marker ahead. Balfe's got almost his inside front wheel on the grass to try and find an inside line. through the chicane for the final time, into Russell. He's not as good through the chicane as the leader. The back marker won't count, it's the Vauxhall anyway, and the victory goes to 68, Ben McLaughlin. Sean Balfe in second place, and a long way back in third is Edward Horner. So confirmation of that result, Stevens, Humphrey and Taylor, the other top 6 finishers. Sean Balfe still leading the